All right, and we are live. We've been riffing for a good 10 minutes, but welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the Misunderstood podcast. This is episode 4. We have released 2, and one of my boys who watches the podcast, shout out to my boy Brian, he told us that we should talk about the time frame of when this is, kind of, because last time we were talking about, it was like, we were talking about the weather, and it was like horrible outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, we should talk about like the time frame. So the current date.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The date. The current date is the 7th, right?
7th of June.
June 7th.
2024.
2024. All right, Brian. And
It's nice out. I think it's like in the 80s right now.
yeah,
Sunny.
beautiful day out. I mean, it is a couple clouds out, but it's a nice day. Nice day today. And we're back again, episode 4. We just had our guest on the last episode, which was really, really cool. That was an awesome episode. I think you guys are going to really enjoy that. We had Omar.
We're releasing that on Monday, so today is Friday.
Yep, today's Friday, so we'll release that on Monday. And we're going to try, so you can follow the dates, we're going to try to release a video at least once a week. It'll either be Monday or Wednesday until we get like a flow of exactly when we want to film it. But we will get those dates locked in eventually once we get an idea, and we're getting used to this. We're new to this. We're learning. There's going to be some growing pains involved, but we're so excited for the future, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get them up there, and get this video everywhere. Why not? I think this could help a lot of people.
Yep, you can follow us on Instagram as well.
Yep.
And if you'd like to follow the gym Instagram, Norwich Fitness Center. The podcast Instagram is Misunderstood Podcast 444.
Yep.
So follow that.
And then what's the gyms? You said the gym is Norwich.
The gyms is Norwich Fitness Center on Instagram and Facebook.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna start off every episode with current events. I couldn't think of this word the past 2-3 episodes, but now I thought of it and I got it. So we'll do some current events. So you just got back from Florida. How was your trip, dude? What's going on? How you feeling?
It was great. I went away for a week. We went down to Fort Myers. It's her parents live in Lehigh, and it's like right near Fort Myers. That was where the hurricane was a few years ago. So we've gone down like once last year and the year prior, and like the first time I went down, like there were boats on the side of the highway. And there was like the pier there was taken out, but there's still like structure left, so that's still there. But there were boats smashed up against the sides of everything. When you go over the bridge, you could see it all. But even before that, like way back away from the beach, there was boats like on the side of the road. It's crazy. And actually, the one of the boats is still there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you, what was it now? Was the pier back up and all that stuff?
So the pier's not back up. It's just stone structure.
Okay.
They are starting to rebuild. They put some stores back. They're still rebuilding a lot of stuff. It got messed up.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah. What did you guys do down there?
But other than that was it was beautiful. It like rained once for like an hour or two. It was like 97 degrees, sunny, pretty hot. We went to like a water park for my stepdaughter one day. We went to the beach, Fort Myers Beach, another day. We went rock climbing. We went to different gyms to go visit like different CrossFit gyms and just to see like what's down there. We love Bloodline CrossFit. We've gone there.
Shout out to Bloodline.
Last time. Yeah, Bloodline CrossFit. They're awesome. Two brothers own it.
This is Fort Myers?
That's in Lehigh.
Okay.
Classes were packed. It was hot, but
yeah, you came up back with some inspiration from them, which is cool.
Yeah. We definitely like the way that they run their classes. They program their own stuff. We got some ideas for some of our Thursday classes from them. They're just great guys. They're awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, yeah, that was pretty much. It was a low key like vacation.
Yeah.
Because we had a low key wedding. We want to do a big party in a year or so. So we'll do another like honeymoon when we do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna do that?
No idea.
No clue.
Nope.
Hawaii.
Maybe.
Hawaii is fire. You gotta go to Maui.
Never been to Hawaii.
I'll never forget. I went to So this is off topic, but I went to Maui when I was like 18 with Maryland, University of Maryland, and I got out there and we went to this. We had stayed at Four Seasons, and they had a layout of fruit and like meat, like sausage, bacon, like everything, and the bacon was like this thick. It was like this thick.
For breakfast?
For breakfast.
At the hotel?
Yeah, at the hotel. It was like an entire layout, and it was like the fruit. I'll never forget how fresh and juicy the fruit was. It was like I was. You ever watch the movie Avatar? Mm-hmm. Remember when they had that fruit that was out in Avatar and it was all juicy?
Yeah.
That's what it was like. It tasted how that looked. It was just like, are you kidding me? It was like, this is what unprocessed fruit tastes like, because it's so fresh. It's right from the island. They get it. They get it right there. The weather's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think.
Well,
like,
Florida's cool too because everything it's in season all year round. So
right.
like,
Yeah.
So it was.
That's cool.
Very similar to that. Like up here, obviously, we're just going into summer.
Mm-hmm.
So like during the winter, not everything.
Did you guys go out to eat or anything? Did you guys get like?
We went out to Twin Peaks. Have you heard of it?
No.
Yeah, they didn't tell me what it was until I was in there. But
What is
it's kind of like Hooters.
Oh, for real?
So
Twin Peaks actually sounds not funny now. Let's put it that way.
It was fun. It was their family's a lot like Ashley.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just was just sitting there and just awkward, but they fully indulged.
What, can you be a little more specific? What do you mean?
They're just very they were just funny, like flirtatious and like.
Oh, the waiters and the waitresses and all that.
Yeah, and her family.
Oh,
they're just like Ashley.
Yeah, that's funny. You could see where you got it from.
Yeah, her and her dad are like legitimately twins, and then her stepmom is like wild. They're awesome.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so you were down there for a week, got back here, and I was just up here, man. We were just maintaining, making sure the gym was flowing, and when you got back, it was still up.
It didn't implode yet.
Didn't implode or explode.
Explode, yeah.
Either way, even though I wanted to on a couple people sometimes, but we're learning mental health, and we just have to take that in sometimes, calm it down, and bring it back out in a positive way. And I'm saying it sarcastically, but that's literally what I do. You know this.
Well, it's not about you. Like it's the person. You don't know what they're going through and what they're dealing with. So like, it's tough sometimes. It is tough.
Yeah.
But usually it's not personal. Usually, most of the time, even if the person seems like it's making it personal, it's usually more about them than anything. So
I saw this great quote on a podcast I was watching. It was a former I think I might have sent it to you, but it was a former CIA operative, and he said that most people, and I might be mixing these two up, but I hope I don't. I hope I say this correctly the first time. But he said that most people live life through their own
lens.
No, through their own perspective.
Yeah.
Or their own perception.
Okay.
Perception. There it is. Okay.
Yep.
Through their own perception. But if you could figure out a way to look at through other people's perspective,
okay,
it's like a superpower, right? Because most people in interactions, they go from like they just literally go in every situation from their own perception of what life is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you could take a step out and look at it from like you just said, like it's not personal. It's what they're going through. You know, it's go through it from their perspective, and instead of what you perceive perceive it to be. Again, taking a step back almost slows everything down, and you're just like, all right, like this person, they don't even know me.
Right.
They're not mad at me.
Yeah.
They're just mad in general.
Yeah.
And if you could just figure out a way to, again, turn that around and
it's
push
easier
it down
to deal with.
In the gut. No.
It's easier to deal with like when you realize it's not coming from you. It's that person's dealing with whatever they're dealing with.
Yeah. And in every situation.
Yeah, because there's been times I've been in bad moods and I've acted a certain way that I normally wouldn't. So like I'm not, other people I'm sure do that stuff all the time.
Yeah.
So.
But it is interesting, man. I'm really trying to get like every day, and I mean like I said, every day I just try to affect someone's life in a positive way, one way or another. Whether it be because I'm in control of that. I feel like I'm in control of if I want to have a good day or a bad day or not. It's dictated off of my response to even if so I could be having a great day,
Mm-hmm.
and then someone could come in a horrible mood, and if I'm not in control of something like that, it could just easily be given. Now my whole day is ruined because someone else is coming in, and
Yeah.
and 9 times out of 10, I mean, it's someone who's looking past something, or it really is, and like because we got stuff on lock here behind the front desk, we really do. So 9 times out of 10, like, and we do make mistakes. I'm not trying to say that we're perfect, but it is someone that once they calm down and we explain to them exactly what's going on, we tell them there's like oh. All right,
Yeah.
and, like it happens so often. Instead of us like, if we were just like, you can take not just here but into life in general. If you just respond to someone's, then you just be conflict all the time. So I feel like we can control, the vibe and the energy, and
Yeah, you're like really good
dictate
at like sometimes like I'll get heated, but you're like good at like bringing it back down. And I've learned a lot like in meetings and stuff, like because we've been in meetings and people have said things that are just, in my perception, disrespectful, and I'm sure different things that you perceive are disrespectful. And the coolest thing about it is that like we usually stay calm, and even if they're heightened, we still remain calm. Even after for instance, I'm just remembering that one time that you were getting yelled at. I wasn't here.
mm-hmm.
And you just you stayed calm, and then that person eventually ended up apologizing because they knew that they were out of line, you know what I mean? So and like I've dealt with people here too.
I feel like that happens like never. We talk about this too. There's never been a situation in my life where anger or violent or any type of aggression, whether in basketball, whatever, like complaining to a ref or trying to change a call, has ever helped my situation. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just try an alternative, because it's not. I wasn't gonna sit there and go back. You know specifically who that person was. There's 0 point.
Yeah.
And that's to me. I put him in a category. Put that person in a category with everybody.
Yeah.
Because there's no point. It's not gonna when you're able to have a conversation and talk about it, and then things will get done. But in the meantime, all right, it's too heightened right now. Like you just sit there and you take it and you understand, and then that it's not about it's longevity. It's about the future. It's not about right now. You know what I mean? And like, I think I've just learned patience, and I've understood how that this place, this thing, what we got going on here is way bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Like way bigger than me. And like if it could help, if this place is something that we could do to continue to help kids and help people and get them kids off the street and give other people a place to just come and relieve some stress.
Yep. Make healthy choices.
Make healthy, yeah, and be a good energy place. I don't want anybody walking in here and like feeling like there's any type of hostility, or there's like you can't like.
Yeah.
I want this place to be a sanctuary. And it's like there's no it's a neutral zone for all the BS, all the bullshit.
Yep.
And like again, that's bigger than me, my personal feelings, how I'm feeling that day, or if I didn't sleep well that night, or if my neck hurt, or whatever the situation is. I put all that shit aside because I know in the end, like you said, that the people will come back around. It's not going to be me coming back around anymore. I've done that too many times in my life where I've reacted off of anger. I got mad, yelled at somebody, and then all of a sudden I'm the one. An hour later, oh, man, I shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. I just got mad, and I'm not. I refuse to be like that anymore, because, like, and you've seen the results of how it's been. Like,
Just staying calm. Yeah.
Staying calm, because if that particular situation would have went any other way, who knows? Like.
Yeah, and another thing too is like, I don't want to make it seem like to people listening that it's not easy. Like it is not easy.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh my God.
There have been times that which sucks, because like, yeah, obviously, like, I don't want to have to like bite my tongue, or I don't want to have to like hold it in or whatever, because there are some things that we've dealt with that are just bullshit. But the goal is what we're striving for. So
yeah, just to be. Like I feel like if I trick my mind long enough to just not reacting that way, eventually my mind will just forget that part. Because I saw it somewhere growing up, right? I saw that part. I must have seen it. I must have learned it somewhere, or even it's movies or whatever, something that like anger is effective.
Yeah.
And having that's the way to get stuff done. But and it's only short term.
Yeah, no, I think I learned that somewhere too, because like I would, I don't know, I would get frustrated and I would spaz out and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm like that's literally making what I usually it's because I'm doing something that that I don't want to do, like I'm doing whatever paperwork or whatever I have to do, or something that I've done 3 or 4 times already, I have to redo it. But what is happening is like when I get angry about it, I still have to do it, but now I'm doing it angry, and it's just like now it feels like I'm doing it like a snail's pace. So it just makes it worse.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, all right, let me, like today, this morning. So I came in, I coached the 5. I actually was not feeling good this morning. I don't know if this is too much information, but I was driving here at 4:45 a.m. I had to pull over. I threw up.
Oh my gosh, man.
I don't know why. I think I was just up too early. Like I couldn't
No,
fall asleep
that's-
last night. And then I had
Listen, let me just be clear. Getting up too early doesn't cause you to throw up.
well, but then I have like the pollen issue or whatever. But like I had that thing in my throat again, so I threw up, right? And then I get I had that, I don't want to say it out loud what I had last night, because I don't want.
What free
I had something. I ate something last night, and then I feel like I felt it in my throat like all night.
Are you talking about the gummies that you just got?
No. Something else. I ate something last night for dinner.
Yeah.
I felt really. You ever felt like super stuffed?
Yeah.
Had a hard time falling asleep. I woke up. I still felt it. I started driving here. I coughed, and it triggered it.
That was it? Set it
I had
off?
to pull over. I threw up.
Oh man! So cars are driving by too, because you're on the driver's side.
I had to pull over in like the Dexter's parking lot.
Oh.
But not the Dexter's parking lot. The side parking lot behind there. So what?
Cut that.
No, and then threw up, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? And I'm like, oh, I gotta get my shit together, because I have to be at the gym in 5 minutes. I'm right down the hill. So then I like get myself together. I get a coffee at what's that coffee place down the road?
Cream?
Nope. Dixie's.
Dixie's Donuts.
I'm like, all right, take a sip of the coffee, feeling better. Come up here, park, make sure I'm good. Come in, coach a really good class. I leave.
How many people were here? Class.
There was like 3.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
It was a small morning class, but like have to act like that just didn't happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna stay, but then I decided to go home, and like I watched the podcast with Billy Carson and Joe Rogan, which is fucking awesome.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
I'm like almost done with it.
We'll get into that.
And then I got ready. I came here. I sat in the parking lot, and then I did my breathing exercises. Felt 100 times better. Like I was like, I don't really feel like great before I did that. Did the breathing exercise for 20 minutes. It's like after round 1, it's just like I don't know how to explain it.
I don't know how to explain it either, but for me, it's like getting control of the day and my thoughts, and just getting everything. Because when you wake up, first of all, and you know this about me too. I stopped using an alarm about a year and a half ago, like waking up in the morning.
Crazy.
So I wake up, my body naturally wakes up, because I read something somewhere saying that it's not necessarily good for your body to be alert, like for your dopamine and serotonin to be alerted like that, like first thing.
Well, I have a calm alarm. Like like if you like go through your alarms and you hit one and it goes off and it gives you that weird feeling, I don't fuck with those alarms.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want my body to be in shock like that.
You wake up like alerted, and you're like all of a sudden on edge.
I got a nice calm, slowly easing in alarm that wakes me up.
Yeah, that's cool. That's good. That's good. And because but for me, like I just wake up. I would rather wake up an hour early than just have to wake up right on the, because then I know when I wake up at the hour early, I'll go back to sleep, but I'm not fully asleep. I'm just like there, and I'm able to kind of slowly, just like that alarm slowly wakes up.
Yeah.
My body slowly wakes up, and then I get up and I go, and I've never it's effective because I don't miss work, or I'm never late.
I get up earlier than I should. Not should, but like I wake up, like I said, remember I wake up like 10 minutes prior before I have to actually get up.
Yeah,
that's my like grateful thoughts and stuff. But I don't know how I got on that tangent of this morning, but I guess my point was like the morning class had no idea I just fucking threw up. I just came in, did my thing, and then I left.
Yeah.
So like I guess that kind of wraps.
Yeah,
right
because
back
if you
around.
could,
Like
so
no
perfect.
one knows what you're like going
Yeah,
through.
and you could have went in there, dragging, moping,
no.
like face all messed up, and like dragged in there. Guys, I just freaking threw up.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And then the whole
say
class
anything
would have
to that.
been the whole class would have felt that energy.
Yeah.
And that's how the class. But instead, and like that's the same when it comes to like conversation with people or interactions. You just have to just like. Most people just want to win a conversation. They have so many losses throughout the day and throughout life. They're not going to take it in that conversation. And then you let them get those little wins, man. That really just don't mean much. You know what I'm saying? Like they just let these people get these wins, and like it means a lot to them. Like in the long run, in the big picture of it is it's like once they realize even if you do let them win, most times they'll come back around and say, hey, look, I'm sorry. Like. You know, it does happen. Now we will find those people who are just entitled and don't care and just have their mindset.
Yeah, that
and
have
just,
bad intentions. That's different.
Yeah,
that's a whole different. I would say avoid those people.
Yeah, and there's 8 billion people out there. And you could try. You could try to avoid them, but you're gonna run into them.
True.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's 8 billion people out here, and it's going up. So like to me, the chance of you living a life and not running into someone who's an asshole or someone who's not who hasn't been through the journey, so to speak, like who's still stuck in their ways.
Yeah.
Like, man, that shit's gonna happen. And I feel like I'm more prepared now than I ever been in my life to deal with those situations, like to deal with high pressure situations without even having to like, like being stressed and anxious about anything. It sounds weird, but like I just like one of our members came in the other day, and she's doing the competition tomorrow, and she's like, I'm nervous. I'm like, for what? I said it like this because we talked about on the podcast before how I was like petrified to even go out to some of the games I was playing, and so I've been there before. But then I literally like told her that you could just shut that off. Like, this is what you do. You're here every day training. Half the people there are just like don't even know how CrossFit is, and you're gonna go in there and like if you really think about it, like the truth is you're gonna go there, you're gonna perform well, and you're gonna be happy afterwards.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen. There's like you're not gonna fumble and miss and it doesn't ever go out that way, especially because you're here training, you're working, right? So like, and I wish I had my mindset back then because I was putting the work in. I was training. I was in shape. I knew all the plays. I was ready to go. But if I just didn't have that connection to be able to, or that control or whatever you want to call it, to be able to I literally almost quit basketball because hated that so much. I almost threw up. I never threw up.
Feeling?
Yeah, I almost
like
threw
that
up,
too
but I didn't.
I get like that some too. Well, I did like when I played softball in college, but
Yeah.
then. Or like right before a workout for CrossFit, like I'll get that nervous feeling, or even before a PT test is like the fucking worst.
But then when you're doing it though,
yeah, it's like,
it's
I've
like
done it.
everything
I've done
goes
it
black.
13 years in a row. It's like, why am I still getting nervous?
Exactly.
Even though they did change it for the Army, but this is even better because they do deadlifts and shit now. So like, but it's like 3, 2, 1, and then as soon as go happens, it turns off.
I'm telling you, as soon as we would say a prayer, we run through the tunnel. As soon as I saw the crowd, my anxiety it was like just dropped, and I would get 20 points. I would average double. I broke records over there. Like,
yeah, I saw a thing on Instagram or Facebook or somewhere, and it was like, when you're like, say you're up high or whatever, like on a bridge or whatever, and you get those intrusive thoughts of like falling.
Yeah, yeah.
So what the woman was saying was that your mind does that purposely in order to prevent the worst case scenario from happening. So like if you're standing over something that is, I don't know, like a river or something, and you get an intrusive thought like you're gonna fall.
Don't fall or something.
You naturally get away from like it, even if it's not gonna happen, just to make sure it doesn't happen. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, your body's ahead of yourself.
Maybe that's what's happening.
Like
I
your
don't know.
body's ahead of your thoughts in a sense.
Yeah, it's like trying to keep you safe, which is cool. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where.
I don't know how we got on that subject, but
yeah, we
were on current events and we went all over the place.
We riff, but let's talk about that Billy Carson podcast just briefly. Like we like to get into that. Shout out to Joe Rogan and Billy Carson.
I was so excited when I saw that.
We would love to have Billy Carson on our podcast. We know there's no chance of having Joe Rogan, but we would love to have Billy Carson here. Billy, if you see this, bro, I'm manifesting it right now. Okay,
please.
My angel numbers are 444. Your angel numbers are 444. Gina's
He's a Libra too.
You're a Libra?
Yeah, I'm pretty positive.
Billy, I didn't know you were a Libra, Billy. I'm going to tag you in this video right here, this clip. And please come in. We'd love to talk about it. We got the setup here where we believe what you're talking about. We think it's really, really interesting. And I don't know, that's a quick shout out to Billy Carson right there. But no, that podcast was awesome. And how crazy is it? We've been talking about him for like over a year and a half before he was on the Rogan podcast. No one was taking it, no one even, and now all of a sudden he's on the Rogan podcast and he's blowing up. I mean, he was blowing up before. I mean, we were talking a lot. But now it's like what he's saying is because they're finding these tablets and they're deciphering the tablets, and what they're saying is matching up to what certain people are saying, and it's like
it's wild.
It's really, really cool.
I wish, like, I don't know. My grandma was a Jehovah's Witness, but she was pretty sure she was Catholic before that, and like I was young, so I wish I could just like have conversations with her about it. But like she would just always tell me, I grew up going to the church like when I was little. But I never I kind of stopped at like when I moved to New Jersey with my mom because my mom's not religious.
Okay.
So, but I do have memories of like going to they call it something specific for when you're a Jehovah's Witness, like the place that you go to worship. I can't remember what it's called.
Cult? No, I'm just kidding.
Huh?
Kingdom Hall.
Yep.
Kingdom Hall. There you go.
Yep. The Kingdom Hall. Like we'd go there when we were little, and then like I learned, the story about, Noah, the story about David and Goliath, all those like stories that you hear from the Bible.
Yeah, yeah.
And like, it's all from these tablets, which is fucking crazy. Like, and then he's talks about how there was different names, like Noah's Ark was really I forget the person, but he connects all these dots, and like it's just how did all these tablets get pushed into the new, like, with I guess the New Age Bible, and like why did stuff get left out, like, and like why didn't we know about it?
Yeah,
it's like that's the main thing.
Well, they always say that the history is always written by the victors. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth, man. Like, how could history be written by anybody else besides the one doing the winning or the slaying, so to speak? Yeah. So like we will always only get, like, you ever play that game Telephone, and you sit in a circle and you talk to the one person, and then you go around and you said I like basketball, and then at the end it's like you're an idiot, and it's like, wait, what? How the
yeah.
Like that's what happens throughout history, and we're talking about thousands and thousands of years of word of mouth. Like writing down, like even in history books, it's written by someone who like has their own agenda. Everyone does, right? Everyone has an agenda. There are very few people that are just in it for the greater goodness of humanity, of mankind, and just gonna, So like that's why I like learning about new things, and like, with the whole Terrence Howard situation, like we talk about this too. Like for me, it was just so weird that like when you talk about when you question like 1 × 1 isn't 2, right? It's like, well, why not? We grew up and learning things, saying the Pledge of Allegiance before we truly even understood what it meant, because we're just at a young age, and that's how we grew up in the systems in the United States, and that's what we said. And again, nothing wrong with it. I'm not trying to say here nor there, but it's just like, why not be able to ask questions? Isn't that what we were taught?
Yeah.
To be able to ask, okay, he came up with a new theory that no one has yet to disprove, right? And people are saying, well, he just has all these theories. Well, they've been proven, right? And then no one's disproven them. So why not like take it a second look? Yeah. Like, what's wrong with it? What's the crazy? Like, isn't that what science is about? Isn't that what learning is about? Is experiments and doing new things and saying yes and being optimistic about life. Like that's what it's about, and that's why I'm so interested in Billy Carson and Terrence Howard, and there's a reason why those two guys were on his podcast within the past month. Yeah. Like, because obviously what they're saying is not just foolishness and bigotry. It's real stuff, and so that's why I'm super interested in that type of stuff. And we're gonna keep on, as long as we have our platform, we're gonna keep talking about it as well. I think that's awesome that we can do that. Yeah. That's what a dream of mine, to be able to kind of have a voice and talk about things that are out there.
Like the Anunnaki.
Yeah, like the Anunnaki, like that thing. Like it's so interesting because like you hear it, and then the people. For me now, someone who just brushes it off, I'm worried about you. Okay.
Yeah, it's like almost like you don't, like some people don't even want to like hear about it. It's just like, no, it's nonsense.
Yeah.
But, like,
How do we have it all
but
figured
how
out?
do you know?
Yeah.
You
How is it
don't.
all figured out?
And not only that, it's on these ancient tablets, bro. Like somebody, something figured out that you can soften clay, take a stick, write in this different language that they just discovered, and that it's going to harden into this stone that is going to survive for however many years. So like, and you're just going to ignore it?
And how about the ones that have like literal full dinosaurs on them? That are
wild.
thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. Not bones, like fully structured dinosaurs, like Stegosaurus and all. There's
So how do humans know what dinosaurs looked like back then?
Exactly.
If they were all extinct.
If they were extinct, and
like, are they digging?
Or like not only that, but if they're extinct and you find the bones, right? That's one thing. But they had the full image of the dinosaurs on there, like an actual picture of like a sculpture, like they saw one.
Yeah, there was a sculpture found of I think it's a Stegosaurus, the one with the horns. Is that?
Yeah, and there's a time called the Younger Dryas.
Yep.
Where there was supposed to be some type of weathering that would dismantle bones and any type of life that would just completely get rid of all life form and proof of it, because whether it be the mudslides or whatever it was that caused it, completely got rid of all, whether it's technology or anything, is set back to humans, or whoever was there, humanoid, whatever, thousands of years. So who's to say that there wasn't a time and period where all the evidence was just wiped off? You know what I'm saying? And what we found was maybe millions of years old, but alligators were there.
Yeah, like why is
crocodile?
Why is not more like funds going to that research? Because some people would argue, well, it's the past. That doesn't mean anything. That's not true. Like if there was an advanced civilization that has this technology that was lost, why wouldn't we want to try to figure that out?
Yeah, exactly. And so to me, it's political these days. Today, the world is all politics. It doesn't really give a shit about the health of the planet. Like, not to get all green and all, but like no one's really talking about like what we're doing floating in the middle of space and what space is. Like no one's really talking. Like there's a group of people. There's NASA and there's we got Elon Musk over there, and we got a couple of people who are trying to get a rocket to re-land.
Yeah.
But like no one's really talking about it. It just has. I don't know. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe because people can't fathom it.
I think that a lot of. Okay, I don't want to say that. You would assume that if people didn't have the Bible or something that was like, I guess, governing them like spiritually or morally, you would think like I mean I don't know. Humans are, as of right now, are doing shitty things, right? Like with that. So imagine they let us know that, hey, we're just floating out here, or like there's aliens, or they just let the society know.
But I
think there would be mass hysteria, like truly.
But I think that's what they want, because then
mass hysteria,
because they gain more control. Like you say mass hysteria, right? And then all of a sudden they say, all right, well, it's out of control. We have to bring in the military, martial law, or whatever. I mean, something where it's like things are getting too wild. And it's like if that's the case, then government and things really got out of control and things like that. The government has unlimited resources compared to any gang, crew, or clique. All right, like no. So
well,
like
I'm just
what?
Thinking like the putting someone through school, getting them used to a 9 to 5. That what's the word I'm looking for? It's like the pipeline.
Yeah, that has more. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So like whatever that was made for, whatever that is feeding. Or, why was that put in place the way it was? Like, whatever that top thing is, I don't think that it wants to lose that, pipeline to whatever it's feeding, even though we don't know what it is, because it's probably hidden from everybody. So I just feel like a majority of people, want to believe something that is higher than them. And I mean, I do too. But I just feel like there's so much that we don't know that's on Earth, like that we should be exploring. Like like the fucking pyramids. Like, what was that? Like, there's so
The
many
ocean.
things. The oceans. There's pyramids under the ocean.
Did you watch that podcast I sent you with the admiral, who was like a.
I didn't finish it, but I got through
that was
the
crazy
first, like,
because they have
20
clips
minutes.
they have clips of like of UFOs in the water, and like
They
there
have clips of it. They put on. I didn't. Yeah,
no,
I
no,
didn't
no,
get
no.
to
There's
that
no, they haven't released them.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
saying that he saw videos that he couldn't talk about. He said that there was one video out there, or there was one. There's not a video, but there was one. There might be a video. I don't know, but there was one situation where they were underwater, and whoever was the submarine, whoever was the Navy divers or were down there said that they saw two occupants outside a craft underneath the water, and they were fixing the craft underwater.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And like they didn't have any type of. They said like they didn't have like suits. It was just like their it was almost like the wetsuit type of bot. Like there was no type of, they weren't wearing a. They just went in the water. They had some type of tool, and they were fixing this craft in the water. Like, and like that's like documented. It's like, you know, it's documented, but he like I don't know if there's a video or anything like that, but like it was, and he said they have there's action out there all the time.
Yeah, imagine like everybody knowing that.
But like, I don't think it would be as, we already had the.
I think for us, I think that us wouldn't think it's that weird because we are into the aliens and shit. But like, think about like the majority of people.
But like, I think they've dropped little you know,
Yeah.
like they had a whole public congressional hearing about UFOs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That could have just been a little thing just to see how the public reacted, and then what it was like hot topic for 4 or 5 days. You know, people were talking about it even for like me and my boy. One of my boys sees. We were literally marking down the days for it to drop. I still remember it was July 25th that it came out.
On that podcast you were just talking about, I remember him. He was saying that he didn't. Someone was talking about like they didn't want the. They don't have we don't have control as America. We don't have control over the UFOs, right? So we don't want to let people know that we don't have control. That's why we haven't released it, and that they literally made people look like Looney Tune or whatever the fuck he said. I don't remember exactly. Like they were nuts because they were bringing it up. You remember that part?
Yeah, so on Billy Carson?
No, the one that with the admiral.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
So like people would bring up like they saw UFOs and they would make that person look like they were crazy.
Yeah.
But in reality, they already knew that they were actually there.
Yep.
But they don't want like.
Because Billy Carson was talking about like mind control weapons. Like he was talking about the guy from Thoth from the Anunnaki.
Yep.
That he used a technology that it was some type of vibration or something that like, and you saw the video.
Yep, for the military.
Yeah, for the military, that like it doesn't hurt you. It doesn't. It just all it does is make you just run away.
Yeah, like feel weird. Like it gives you a weird feeling.
Gives you a weird
it's
feeling.
A frequency.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he talked to Thoth, talked about that. How many years ago, or whatever he had the technology that said thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago.
It's like it's weird because it's in the tablet. Like,
yeah.
Right? Like it's like documented.
Specific.
In the tablet.
Yeah.
Because like if that was just like I don't know like a story.
Well, yeah, anybody
like,
could say
right?
it. Yeah.
But like it's literally written down, and like we have that for the military. So it's just like what the hell?
It's
like,
all yeah.
So the technology, there must have been some type of technology back then.
Okay, so unless it's some sort of alien technology landed on Earth between then and now, right? All the stuff to make this circuit, this board right here, all to make the TVs, to make all these lights, to make this sign, all this stuff for iPhones has always been here. All right? Like people just put the pieces together and they figured out that this goes with this and that goes with that, but like who's to say that all the materials, whether it be separate or not or together, have always been here? So why couldn't an iPhone have been created ever before? How is this the first ever iPhone that ever came out? Knowing the history of the, I'm not saying the exact type of iPhone in the same name, but some sort of technology that's like, what if like we're thinking we're advanced technology, but we're like, we took a turn just like Terrence Howard talks about, that we think that they're going this one way, but really it's just like we're getting in our own way and just we've helped ourselves communicate. We've taken strides. I'm not trying to downplay any of that because we've like been able to like FaceTime and cameras and and AI and ChatGPT is insane, right? But now is the first time ever in the history of time, and as big as the galaxy is and the biggest the world, we just so happen to have the same whatever it is to come up with it. Like I don't think so, man.
Well,
you know,
the Goldilocks theory, is that what's called, the Goldilocks?
that's what Terrence Howard was talking about.
Yeah, that the sun pushes out planets or whatever, and then where we are currently is where like our type of human is made, or like can live.
Yep.
And then like, is it possible that a previous planet had humanoids on it, or humans or whatever,
Yeah.
and it got pushed out to a point where, but that was, the pressure was too high, but they were technologically advanced enough to be like, all right, we have to like create these suits or something, or like we have to evolve to be able to survive in this pressure. And like, what if those are the aliens?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
and what naturally attracts us to go up, and like to like the galaxy, like you don't see anything else doing it.
oh, like you mean like animals on
Yes, animals, but like why are we? What makes us as so conscious? That's such a question for me in my head. Like, what makes us want to, like, how do we know about galaxies? Why do we know about galaxies? Like, obviously, like, everything that starts finishes, right? So there must be an end to the galaxy. It must be an end. It can't just, like something must be, like, I don't know. Maybe, and maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. This is my thoughts. But, like, all these questions are so interesting to talk about, and that's why we want to get people on here who know more than we know, besides just riffing back and forth. And eventually we will, like people who have actually seen a UFO, which would be really cool. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a brief pause. If you've ever seen a UFO, okay, or you have any UFO experiences, any UFO stories, send us a message on Instagram, okay? Leave a comment below, and we will get back to you, and I promise you we'll try to get you on the podcast, have you talk about your experience, because I've never seen a UFO. I know some people who have. I know people who have some experiences. Have you ever seen one? I never asked you this before.
I've never seen a UFO, no.
So I think that would be awesome to actually talk to somebody and get a real life experience of what that was like, because I've seen all the stories on YouTube and I've talked to a whole bunch of people, but I just want to get that. That would be cool. So if you Malachi, have you ever seen a UFO?
I have not.
Oh, okay.
The reason why you look up, it's a good question.
So maybe you gotta have you on, bro. You gotta have, see, you keep shushing me, bro. Now it's all right, bro. It's just all right, little cliffhanger.
I'm actually kind of pissed that I haven't seen a UFO yet because of all the footage of the UFOs.
Yeah, but I mean,
how is that?
There's not all the footage though.
Yeah, but all the footage of them still. Like, I think that they're fast. Then like a human eye can't see them while they're moving. So they're just so fast.
Yeah.
But like the
video you sent me, that was scary, because the one with they were doing a show. They were doing the military was doing the show with the shit,
yeah.
And then somehow
something
it caught. Yeah, and like that's because if things are moving that fast.
Yeah, there was one.
It's gonna hit us before we even know. Well, there was things are moving that quick.
Remember the plane one? Like there was a camera view looking at a plane, and this random thing just went right by it.
Yeah.
I have an I have an intrusive thought every time I get into a plane, because I usually like to sit in the back because I'm petrified of flying, by the way. I like have to take Dramamine. I get motion sickness. I hate flying. I don't like to be off the ground. But I have this intrusive thought that when I'm sitting there on the plane and we're taking off, that a UFO or another plane is going to crash into us. I don't know why. It's like I have to like really like work on not having that, but it just
But gee, this might not help your theory, what I'm about to say right now. Okay? Or to help you fly, rather. I don't like flying either.
Dramamine helps, but
I just, like, when you see stuff like that, and you see things like you said, like I just said, when they were doing like the flagship show, or was that what it's called?
Yeah.
They were doing like and things are moving.
The Blue Angel.
Yeah, Blue Angel. Yeah, and things are moving that fast and going that quick that you have no.
How does it like?
Like, because right now we're flying with a sense of security, thinking that there's less crashes than there are. Up there is safer. We're in you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's advertising. It's it's a false sense of security, which is what which is what airlines are built off of, a false sense of security. Like literally, that's literally what like.
Well, that would be a reason to not admit that we have no idea what's
It
in
would,
the
that's
sky.
a great point too. It could
You know what I mean?
destroy. It would destroy airlines
It
if
would
we're
literally-
because we're not safe up there.
Yeah.
We're flying in things that we don't even know what's going on. Like there's videos now of the Malaysian airline literally getting taken over by
by the things that were going around it.
Yeah,
you hear about that?
yeah.
That's like, is that real?
I've seen videos. I've seen no one debunk it.
Is that real?
It's real. You gotta think about drones. When you get someone to fly a drone over this building.
Yeah.
Think about the design of that drone. All that's real. They made.
Oh, yeah.
They've been using military. They've been using that in war for forever now.
I think drones are like horses.
That's
yeah.
That's it. That's the base model.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
but
base
Yeah.
model.
but in that video, they were going around it. 3 of them were going around it so fast, and it disappeared.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did it go?
Exactly.
They know how to change the molecular structure for them to go back and forth. They know in the United States they have like those craters in the ground. What are they called? Like doomsday or something?
Oh yeah.
Those zones, whatever they're called.
I think
Underground.
Yeah, not the underground ones. They're like caves. It's like
Oh yeah.
a really bad.
I know you're talking about.
Magnetic field. You can't go near it because it's just a bunch of caves.
Oh, okay.
No, that's a point for them to go up and down. Just like they hold certain events, certain concerts.
I'm
at
telling you,
certain-
man. There's
at
so
certain
much.
places. Why do they go there to? Why are the Olympics here this year?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
never thought about that.
Yeah,
It's 'cause they
but
know
like
that energy source.
Coachella. Why is Coachella where it's at?
Why? Because they need that amount of energy to go back and forth.
yeah, I'm telling you, man. And like the media, and not just I'm not targeting any specific, but all of it has they all have an agenda, right? They see what they want us to see, and that's not. I'm not saying anything crazy or anything like. That's what they think. They show us what they think that we want to see, right? Not always necessarily what's the reality of like day to day and what's going on, man. So like I think there's that type of stuff is going on for sure. Like that video, you see it all the time. You see the video that with the Malaysian Airlines. You see it happening. And then I haven't seen like why wouldn't if it was fake and why would no one come out and actually prove it being fake, right? Like if there's ways to show that if it's there's you know.
Yeah, where do you think that plane went? Like truly, you think it went to like those there's people on the plane obviously, right? So like you think they're just in a different dimension? Do you think that?
What group of people was on the plane?
Yeah, what group of people?
Yeah,
were
there
on
was
the plane?
important people on there. Yeah, there was like there was a bunch of like
Are they done?
millionaires on the plane.
Do you think that they're just in a different like dimension? Like
I think that changing dimensions is something that's very realistic. I think that there's way more than our reality. I believe what Terrence Howard said, that we are blind cosmically, and that like just like mole rats in the under the ground, they can't see what we see because they can only sniff and smell. I think that we're born and we can only see what we were able to see. Like we build stuff around us that we can see, the lights and stuff that our eyes can see, right? But just like that video I sent you, there's obviously something else going on that we just can't.
Frequencies and sounds and stuff.
Yeah, that we can't even
And
fathom.
vibrations coming off of people.
That are happening regularly. Like if we were able to like see someone's positive and negative vibration, which I feel like I'm able to kind of do in a sense. Like I'm able to sense someone's vibration. Like I could sense it. Like if they're in a good mood or bad mood. Like not even necessarily looking at them. Like you know what I'm saying, just by feeling it. But imagine if we were able to see people's colors, like see people by color and like sense a vibration of people's vibration. You know if it's a good vibration or a fucked up vibration. Like
yeah, that'd be
cool. Amazing. That'd be so cool. But like it's just there are some people who are blind literally, and some people who are just like we humans are just like again blind. I truly believe that we're blind. We only see like as far as our eye can see, and that's what we build.
Did you hear about that experiment with these glasses? I can't remember the name of the glasses. They're like a red tinted color.
No.
That they used in a war at some point, and like pilots were wearing them, and then they started to like shoot at things that
I see the other shit, right?
weren't there.
Oh
right?
yeah, I think I did hear something about
so
that.
like those glasses apparently you can see like if you wear them. I was like looking into them the other day, not the other day, like probably months ago, but you can see like aura around people with those glasses on. So I guess like I think they're illegal to even make and have now because that's
why?
Yeah,
if that's true, like why would you not want it? That's something
well,
like.
do you know the name of that?
I don't.
But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I do. I heard that.
Yeah, that was crazy when I like started reading about that because they were shooting at things that technically weren't there, but like what if they were there and we just can't see them with our
Yeah. Like imagine a UFO in the 1950s compared to technology, right? Like it's just like, and now now in 2024. Okay, we're modernized a little, but like to them, we're still nothing. Like we're so much time
they're way more.
like imagine a civilization that didn't have that's been
Like how many
surfing the
years
galaxies from
Yeah.
just millions and millions and millions of years of just
Advancement.
when we're supposedly 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. We'll even go and live and
65.
say 6,500. Yeah,
That's what the I don't know, the Bible says, I guess.
Well, yeah. So let's even go there 6,000 years. Like imagine someone who's 6 million years a civilization.
Billy Carson talks about 200,000 years.
Yeah, and just how far, like it's not even like quantum entanglement. We talk about that, like things like to be able to take an atom and or take two parts of an atom, quantum entangle them, and to be able to shoot it one and any distance out into the atmosphere, like that's hard to fathom.
Yeah,
like you know
what
what
would
I'm saying?
that be used for?
Maybe just to I don't know like light, like to maybe we could shoot a light that far out and get or a message, right? If we're if we're able to shoot those type of messages out there, maybe get a message back. But like that's something that like is like just like the guy that I showed you in the Sean Ryan podcast. I'll send it to you again. But like when electricity came out, when it first came out, and even to this day, people don't necessarily understand how electricity works, but they all use it. Everyone uses it.
Yeah.
Like people don't understand how an iPhone works, but they use it. Most people don't understand. Like I would say 16, 17-year-olds don't understand how a car works, but they drive them. Like so, it's very, very similar to that. Like it's just, I just feel like we're behind, and we think we're not. That's my little riff. But all right, we've been going 50 minutes. Let's wrap it up here. All right, let's talk about we'll talk about the podcast that we're dropping next, and then some potential future podcasts that we want to have. When do we drop the podcast? When's the next one coming out?
We want to drop it on Monday. So
right now it's the 7th. So hopefully it'll be out on the 10th. I think, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is the 10th on Monday?
Is that possible?
That's 3 days.
Yeah. So we'll get that dropped on Monday, and then we have this one in the chamber now. So we'll probably release this one, and this one will be released for probably like the middle of June. Somewhere around then. But we did want to get a quick shout out to anybody who wants to be a guest on the podcast, who likes our vibe. If you know us or you know of us, reach out to us, hit us up. We'd love to hear your story. If you have a unique story, we're messed up. We've had some crazy experiences in our life, and we just want to get your story and find out more about you. So. You want to add anything to that, G?
Yeah, we have some people that want to be on it. We just got to schedule them, and then we get in like a rhythm. But yeah, we definitely want to interview people that are interested in, sharing their story. If they have anything that they want to specifically talk about, we're all about it. We're gonna start doing shout outs for sponsors. So if you are interested in sponsoring the this podcast, and we're gonna start shooting commercials as well.
Yep, we got a couple lined up. A couple lined up that I'm gonna read, so that'd be really funny. That'd be good ones.
And we appreciate all the support. What we're trying to do here is basically like have a platform for people to talk and share their story, and hopefully other people won't feel like they're alone. And
if you felt like you haven't had a voice, like we built this platform for people to just kind of vent a little bit, talk about some experiences, and there's no judgment. This is a non-judgment zone in this room. We give every one of our guests the first right for cuts if they want to, if they see something in the video that they don't like, if they want to take it out. We're not trying to gotcha. We're not going to set you up. Like, this is a really laid back environment, and we want people to feel comfortable to open up and to talk to us, because your story, believe it or not, can help a lot of people, because you're not the only one. For years and years and years, I thought I was the only person going through what I was going through. I was embarrassed to have the thoughts that I had. Like, I felt like I was like a loser, and I was like, whatever. I was just like so down on myself. But the truth is like, people can help, and people can relate to that, because like a lot of people have gotten out of some shitty situations. So yeah, just kind of circle back. Like, just hit us up, reach out to us on Instagram, on Facebook, on what else do we have?
We have the YouTube
With
channel.
the YouTube channel, yeah. So reach out to us. Leave a comment down below, and we'd love to have you on here.
Yeah, you
But,
can always stop in the gym too. We're here all
yes,
the time.
stop by the gym. You know, we're out here. It's Norwich Fitness Center. If G's not here, I'm here. If I'm not here, she's usually here. And if one of us aren't here, we'll be here within the next couple of hours. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. This is episode 4. 4 is my number, man. So this better be a good one. I'm excited. And thank you guys.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
See you
We're
next
out.
time.
See you next time, guys. Deuces.